Hello, my friends. I'm so happy you're here today. My name is David, and you're watching Speak English Podcast. This is your place to build the confidence to speak English naturally, without feeling nervous, without feeling lost, and without worrying if you make a small mistake. I know many of you are listening from different parts of the world. Maybe you're at home, maybe you're in your car, or maybe you're taking a walk somewhere quiet. Wherever you are, thank you for sharing this time with me. Here on this channel, I speak slowly and clearly. I do this not because I think you cannot understand, but because I want your ears to enjoy the sound of English. When you can hear every word, when you can follow every sentence, your listening starts to grow naturally. And when your listening grows, your speaking also grows. It's like planting seeds in the ground. First, you water them. You don't see big results on the first day, but under the surface, something is happening. In the same way, every time you listen carefully, something is happening inside your brain. You are creating connections, and those connections make English a little easier each day. Today's topic is called Daily English Listening Practice with Real-Life Topics. Think about that for a moment. What is a real-life topic? It's not something from a grammar book. It's not a list of random, disconnected words. Real-life topics are the things you talk about in your normal day. If you meet a friend for coffee, you might ask, "How have you been?" You might say, "It's hot today," or "I'm so hungry." If you are at work, you might ask, "Could you help me with this?" Or, "Is the meeting at 10 o'clock?" These are simple, but they are real. And because they are real, they are powerful when you practice listening. Many students believe they need to listen to complicated movies, fast TV shows, or long speeches to improve. But here's the truth. If you don't understand most of what you hear, your brain gets tired. Listening becomes frustrating. And frustration is the #1 reason people stop learning. I don't want that for you. I want you to enjoy this process. I want you to trust that small steps, done every day, can bring huge results over time. That's why daily listening with real-life topics is so effective. You feel successful. You understand more. You get small wins every day, and those wins keep you motivated. When I was learning my second language, I tried listening to the news. The speakers talked so fast, and the topics changed so quickly. After 5 minutes, I felt lost. I could catch a few words here and there, but the overall meaning disappeared. Then I started listening to short recordings where people talked about daily life. Things like buying food, describing the weather, talking about family. Suddenly, I could follow the conversation. My brain began connecting the sounds with meaning I already knew. That's when I discovered the secret I'm sharing with you today. Easy, daily listening on real topics is the best fuel for your English journey. Here's something important to understand. When you practice with real topics, you are training your ears, but you are also training your attention. Listening is not only about hearing the words, it's about staying focused on the message. If you and I were having coffee right now, and I told you a short story about my morning, you would naturally want to follow. You would not stop me to ask about every single word. You would listen for the main idea. You would listen for the feeling. And then, step by step, you would also notice the smaller details. This is exactly how we learn in our own language when we're children. We hear real conversations about real things. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, "But David, my life is not very exciting. I don't have interesting things to listen to or talk about." I understand that feeling. But here's the magic part. Even simple topics are full of valuable language. Let's take the weather. You might think it's boring, but in English you can describe it in many different ways. It's sunny. It's cloudy. It's raining a lot today. It's freezing outside. See, these are sentences you can hear in real life, and they are very useful. Or think about food. You can say, "I'm cooking pasta. This coffee is strong. I like sweet bread." You hear these phrases in restaurants, in kitchens, among friends. Practicing these makes your listening automatic in real situations. That's why, on this channel, I encourage you not to chase difficult and rare words at the beginning. Instead, focus on listening to the language that actually lives in daily life. Every time you hear it, every time you repeat it, your brain says, "Oh, I know this," and the connection becomes stronger. Over time, you will be amazed at how much you understand just by hearing these common patterns over and over again. Before we jump deeper into this, I also want to say, your journey needs support. You could listen alone, of course, but being part of a community where there is constant exposure will keep you moving forward. By watching these videos, by subscribing, by listening often, you are giving your brain the chance to grow. And growth comes not from one giant leap, but from many small steps. Imagine filling a jar with drops of water. At first, it's almost empty, but every drop counts, and soon the jar is full. The same is true for your listening ability. One short practice today, another tomorrow, and before you know it, you understand conversations without translating in your head. And remember, I'm here to guide you through this with a friendly, easy approach. You don't need to feel tense. This is not an exam. This is life, and English is simply the tool we're learning to use so we can share our stories, our ideas, our questions with more people. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and enjoy listening. Every word you understand today is a small victory, and every small victory brings you closer to the big changes you want. So, right now, do something important for yourself. Subscribe to the channel so you can keep listening to clear, real English every week. And if this message has given you value, press the like button. This way, you tell me to keep creating content that helps you grow step by step. My friends, today I want to talk to you about one of the biggest reasons people struggle to understand English. You see, many learners believe that the only way to improve listening is to watch movies or TV shows that are made for native speakers. It sounds like a good idea at first. You think, if I watch the same things native speakers watch, I will learn exactly how they speak. But here's the problem. Those shows are fast, full of slang, and often include cultural references that are difficult to catch if you're not living in that culture already. When you sit down to watch something too difficult, your brain works too hard, and very quickly, you stop paying attention. The words become noise. You might laugh when the audience laughs, but you're not sure why. You might understand the first sentence, but then you miss the next three. Soon, you feel tired. And when you feel tired, you stop enjoying the process. So, you begin to believe, maybe I'm not good at listening. Maybe I'm not talented at languages. But that's a myth. It's not about talent. It's about training in the right way. Think about how children learn to understand their first language. They don't begin with fast conversations between adults in a busy cafe. They hear slow, clear speech from parents and family members. They hear the same simple phrases over and over again. Do you want water? Let's go outside. It's time to eat. Those phrases connect directly to actions and real situations. The child doesn't sit in a classroom analyzing every sound. The child listens, notices, and slowly understands. You can do the same with English. One big misunderstanding I want to break today is this. Listening does not have to be a test. Some learners listen with the feeling that they have to understand every single word, or they have failed. That pressure blocks your brain from relaxing and learning naturally. You don't need 100% to improve. You need enough to follow the main idea. Imagine you are at the train station in a country where you don't speak the language perfectly. A stranger says something quickly about the train times. You don't understand every word, but you catch 15 minutes and platform 4. You got the main point. Your brain filled in the rest from context. This is a skill, and it grows when you practice with materials that are just right for your level. Now, here's the encouraging part. Listening is not a fixed skill. You are not born with a certain listening ability that never changes. It's something you can train, like a muscle. Some days it will feel easier, some days it will feel harder, but if you practice regularly, you will feel the progress. I remember when I was learning my own second language, there was a cafe I loved to visit. At the start, I could only catch a few words from the conversations around me, but I went often. I ordered the same coffee, I answered simple questions, I listened again and again. Months later, without even realizing it, I could understand entire conversations about the weather, about sports, about the news. My ear had trained itself simply because I created a habit of listening often in a comfortable setting. Here's something important. Don't compare your progress to other people. You might know a friend who seems to understand everything very quickly. That's fine. Your path is your path. Remember, this is not a race. It's a journey, and you will reach your goals at your own pace. If you focus on daily, comfortable listening, you will make steady improvement, even if it feels slow in the beginning. And sometimes progress shows up suddenly. One day, you will be watching a short video and realize you understood everything without thinking. That surprise is one of the best feelings in the world, and it's a reward for your consistency. Some people also believe that listening is about sitting with your headphones, doing nothing else. That's one way, but not the only way. You can train your ear while cooking, while walking in the park, while cleaning your house. Your brain can still focus on the rhythm and melody of English in the background. It's like leaving soft music playing in a room. At first, you don't pay much attention, but later, you find yourself humming the tune without knowing when you learned it. Language works the same way. Exposure, even when light, adds up over time. And let's be honest, one of the biggest fears people have is listening to native speakers in real life. Maybe you worry that if someone speaks fast, you will freeze. This is where daily practice with real topics helps so much. When you hear familiar phrases every day in your practice, your brain starts recognizing them instantly. So, in a real conversation, you don't have to translate word by word. You hear, "How's your day going?" And you don't even think. You just know. That automatic understanding builds your confidence, and confidence makes you calmer. And being calm helps you listen better. It's a beautiful cycle. I also want to reassure you about something. Even native speakers don't catch every single word in every conversation. If you've ever listened to a group of friends speaking quickly, even in your own language, you know that sometimes you miss a joke or a detail. But you keep following the conversation because you understand the main ideas. That's exactly what we aim for in English listening practice, the ability to follow and enjoy what's being said, even if a few small pieces are missing. So, let's throw away the idea that you need to sit through fast, difficult content to become a good listener. Let's also throw away the fear that you're not good enough to understand. The truth is, listening grows from the inside out. It grows through repeated, enjoyable exposure to topics you care about. It grows when your brain connects English to your daily life. And it grows when you choose practice that feels like a friendly conversation, not like a test you're afraid to fail. Remember, every time you listen with focus and without pressure, you're building something inside your mind. That structure gets stronger each day, and one day, it will carry you through conversations you once thought were impossible. Trust that process, stay consistent, and let listening be an enjoyable part of your everyday life. And right now, my friends, do something important for your learning journey. Hit the subscribe button so you can keep receiving these listening sessions every week. And give this video a like, because every single like tells me you want more real English you can truly understand. All right, my friends, now let's get practical. You've heard me talk about why listening with real-life topics is so powerful and why those big myths about listening are not true. Today, I want us to practice together. Yes, I want you to speak out loud with me. Don't just sit there in silence. Move your mouth. Make the sounds. When you do this, something amazing happens. You listen while you speak, and your brain learns faster. Let's start simple. I'm going to say a short sentence. Listen first. Then repeat it after me. Are you ready? I'm eating breakfast. Go ahead, say it now. Imagine the table in front of you. Maybe there's a cup of coffee. Maybe there's bread. Maybe there's fruit. You can even mime taking a bite. These little connections make your listening stronger because you're giving your brain an image, a real feeling. Let's try another one. It's sunny today. Good. Now look around you. Is it really sunny, or is it raining where you are? In your practice, you can change the sentence to match your world. If it's raining, you can say, "It's raining today." The idea here is that you're listening to a real sentence, you're speaking it, and you're tying it to something concrete in your life. That's what makes it stick. One more. I'm going to the store. Again. Say it with me. Think about walking to your local store or supermarket. Hear the sound of the traffic. See the people. Maybe you carry a bag. This is a simple sentence, yes, but because you can imagine it clearly, your brain treats it as real. When you hear it in the future, you will understand instantly. Now, I want to give you 3 powerful steps you can use every day to make your listening practice more effective. These are steps you can remember easily and start using today. Step 1. Listen every day. This sounds obvious, but many learners listen for 1 hour on Monday, and then they wait until the next week. It's much better to listen for 5 or 10 minutes every day than to do one big session and then stop. Why? Because your ear needs constant touch. Think of it like watering a plant. If you give one big bucket of water and then nothing for a week, the plant suffers. But if you give a little water every day, the plant stays healthy, and it grows. Your listening skills are the same. Even a few minutes matter. For example, you can listen to short audio about the weather in the morning while making your coffee. You can listen to a short conversation while waiting for your bus. You can listen to my voice here while you cook dinner. The content doesn't have to be special every time. The secret is the daily habit. Step 2. Repeat out loud. This is more important than people realize. When you repeat, you're not only training your mouth to produce the sounds, but also training your ears to notice details you missed the first time. It's like playing a song you love over and over. The first time you hear it, you enjoy the melody. The second time, you notice a drum beat. The third time, you catch the words in the background. Repetition is not boring. It's powerful. So, here's an easy way to do it. Listen to a sentence, pause, then say it exactly the same way. Try to match the rhythm and tone. You don't need to be perfect. The value is in the active listening you're doing in that moment. Step 3. Use real-life topics. This one we've already touched on, but I can't say it enough. Don't fill your listening practice with random sentences you'll never use. Focus on themes and situations from daily life. Ordering food, asking for directions, greeting a colleague, talking about the weekend. When the content matches your life, your brain naturally feels, "I need this." And when your brain believes it's important, it works harder to remember it. I'll give you an example. Imagine you spend 5 minutes each day listening to a short story about buying groceries. You hear phrases like, "Do you have tomatoes? How much is this bread? I'd like a bottle of milk, please." Then, one weekend, you go to a supermarket in an English-speaking country, and you hear almost the same phrases from real people. In that moment, you understand without effort. That's the goal, creating experiences in your practice that connect directly to the real world. Now, let's combine these steps in a quick, interactive round. I'm going to give you 3 sentences. You will listen, repeat, and picture the situation in your mind. Sentence 1. I'm waiting for the bus. Say it now. Picture the bus stop. Maybe it's cold. Maybe you check your watch. You see the bus coming in the distance. Sentence 2. This coffee is strong. Say it now. Taste the coffee in your mind. Maybe it's too strong. Maybe you like it that way. You smile or make a funny face. Sentence 3. Can I have some water, please? Say it now. Imagine being in a restaurant. The waiter is there. You make the request politely. You hear the glass being placed on the table. Do you see what we're doing? First, you hear the sentence. Then, you say it. Then, you connect it to something real. This cycle makes listening practice active and memorable. And the beauty is, you don't need any special equipment. You just need your ears, your mouth, and your imagination. Here's another tip to make this practice even stronger. When you walk around your home or your city, say to yourself in English what you are doing in that moment. If you pick up your phone, you can say, "I'm using my phone." If you open the door, you can say, "I'm opening the door." Hearing your own voice with these real actions is powerful for listening because it creates a feedback loop. You speak, you hear, and you understand, all in one process. The more you train this way, the faster you'll reach the point where listening feels natural. It won't be something you struggle with. It'll be something you simply do. And that change happens because you practice daily, you repeat out loud, and you focus on real-life language. Follow these 3 steps, and every week you'll notice your ear catching more and more English without even trying. And right now, before you continue your day, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our listening sessions. Give this video a like, so I know you want more real, practical English examples we can work on together.